going to introduce to you Dr. Marina Chirco, who's going to talk about how the affirmations actually work. So it's not just saying the words in the mirror and thinking, oh, is that a bit of a gimmick? She's going to explain to you how the brain works and how when you say positive things to yourself, it really does change everything. Thank you very much, Marina.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm Dr. Marina Chirco. I am a medical doctor, and I specialize in mental health and neuroscience. Previously, I worked for Central and Northwest London NHS Trust as a psychiatrist, and I now have a private clinic in Milton Keynes where I treat patients for a variety of mental health issues ranging from depression and anxiety to PTSD, post-concussive syndrome, learning disabilities, insomnia. And with advanced computer technology, I use a brain-based type of biofeedback to train the brain to adopt more healthy behavior. So the other day, with the help of our volunteer, her name is Amy, you can see on the slide, we're recording her EEG, like you would when you have a head injury. She's sitting comfortably in a chair, she has the cap on, and the software will create a 3D image of her brain in action so that we can monitor real time how her brain is changing throughout the session. So here is her brain in 3D. And you can see all the different colors because her brain is very active, as every brain should be. So at the beginning of the session, I asked her to have some negative thoughts, to really focus on negative self-talk. The first image is her brain at baseline. The second image at the top is where she begins to think negatively about herself. And you can see where at the front, this is the limbic system, by the way. It's linked to memory and emotion. And you can see where it's getting very red at the front. It's overactive. And then I asked her to begin to have positive self-talk and think positively. So in her mind to recite the phrases from the Affirmation Star. And you can see how the redness started to go away. Her brain began to calm down and it went back to baseline. So thoughts are very powerful. This area of the brain is linked to the frontal lobes, which are the executive part of our brain, our decision-making, impulse control, our conscious thoughts, our ability to focus and concentrate. So the stronger and more resilient that your brain is, the stronger those connections are, the more resilient you will be in any type of situation. And numerous studies have been conducted throughout the world. For example, to prove this very concept. At UCL, they did a study with Ghent University in 2013, and they used fMRI imaging. And that proved that there are specific areas of the brain that are activated when you choose to block an emotion, not just when you're instructed to do so, but when you actually choose to block an emotion, that area of the brain lights up and it makes you more resilient. Those negative impulses aren't as strong. Positive affirmations strengthen that very spot in the brain. So it's very important to really, even for yourself, when you're thinking about yourself, never say, I'm silly, I'm stupid, that was dumb, because you're making yourself weaker. In 2016, Ben Gurion University did also fMRI imaging, and they instructed the participants to use mindfulness techniques to have positive thoughts. And again, they noticed that this front area here, it's called the amygdala, it's the fear center, that area became less active and the frontal lobes became more active. So you were able to think in a more, the participants were able to use more rational type of thinking instead of being taken over by their fear center and just acting impulsively. So the Affirmation Star can be likened to a sort of antivirus software for the mind.
Thank you very much. Now, how I met Marina is actually very interesting. My oldest son is autistic, and I was looking at the best way to help him. He struggled going to sleep. he got oversensitive to lights, everything. He would always be distracted. And I found this neurofeedback specialist, found Marina, and you think she's come from California, don't you? No, she lives in Newport Pagnell, literally 5 minutes away from my family home. So we took Creasy there and we went to about 13 different sessions, and what a difference it really did. He sleeps now through the night. His school started saying he's communicating more. It helped him to kind of take away all the noise and let him focus in. Because when you talk to my son, he sees everything. So it's trying to find what's important. So that really helped, and I noticed big changes there. I want to move on now. So what I want to do is I want to give out a star so you can feel it, so you can see it. Be brave enough to say, I'm somebody. Just pass them along. We've checked the market and we can't find anything that builds confidence more effectively or more faster than this affirmation star. Have a look in the star. Say the words to yourself. Before we started today, all of the people who are involved here today said the words in the mirror, and I say it every day too, because it just gives me that boost, when you say something positive to yourself. I'm going to move on now.